Welcome to Flectronics. This is a certified technology specialist course. Today we will talk about conducting maintenance activities. Here is what we'll cover in this video. We will cover why maintenance exists in professional AV systems. We will cover the three types of warranties and service agreements, the corrective versus preventive maintenance, how AV technicians should approach repairs, preventive maintenance tasks that actually matter, test equipment every AV technician must understand, and finally, how to document maintenance so systems stay supportable. When it comes to conducting maintenance activity, there are a few things you need to keep in mind. A practical AV maintenance framework for early career technicians looks as follows. Maintenance is not optional work. It is what prevents installed systems from degrading into unreliable systems. In professional AV, most failures are not sudden, they are gradual, predictable, and preventable. Your job during maintenance is very simple. Number 1, keep systems operational. Number 2, detect failure before users experience it. And number 3, leave a traceable technical history. It is that simple. So why does AV maintenance exists at all? After an AV system is installed, verified, and handed over, responsibility shifts from project delivery to system longevity. At this stage, users interact with the system daily. Environmental conditions change, the firmware, software, and networks evolve, and mechanical as well as electronic components simply age. So without maintenance, performance degrades silently. Maintenance solves three primary problems: reliability, predictability, and accountability. When it comes to warranties and service agreements, AV maintenance is essentially governed by contracts. You must understand which agreement applies before touching the system. The three relevant agreement types are manufacturer's warranty. This covers the device itself, usually parts and sometimes labor. It doesn't cover removal from racks or ceilings, or reinstallation, or shipping, or system-level troubleshooting. The key limitation is that manufacturers support components and not systems. The second one is the system warranty. This is provided by the AV system integrator. This covers installation materials, integration workmanship, and system-level failures caused by install issues. The typical duration is 6 to 12 months after handover. The best practice is to extend short manufacturer warranties to match system warranty duration. And the third one is the service agreement. This is ongoing maintenance. This typically includes preventive maintenance visits, emergency and non-emergency response, defined response times, optional help desk support, and warranty extensions. Some sites require same-day response, 24/7 coverage, or mission-critical uptime. Don't be surprised about post-installation changes. These are normal. Let's discuss what contract changes and system modifications you might encounter. Some examples are user-driven configuration changes, maybe alignment adjustments or software and firmware updates. There are a few risks you gotta think about. Unauthorized changes can void warranties. This is critical. And also, firmware updates can break interoperability. So be careful as you do those upgrades. An easy rule to remember is that no system modification should be done without written authorization from the service provider. Updates should only be applied if they improve performance, improve security, improve reliability, or add required functionality. Never updates just because an update exists. So, what does corrective maintenance mean? Corrective maintenance essentially means repair and replacement. It responds to failure. Most repair calls are almost always time sensitive because downtime affects operations. The first step is not travel. The first step is information gathering. Before arriving on site, collect the following: symptoms, scope of failure, affected sources, error messages, and whether the device powers on. A few example diagnostic questions are: does the display power on? Is the issue source specific? Is there an on-screen error? This helps you to narrow failure domains before arrival. When you arrive to site, verify symptoms, confirm client observations, and implement workarounds if needed. There are a few possible outcomes after this. There's an on-site fix, maybe you change a lamp, a cable, a speaker, or a configuration. There is maybe a temporary workaround, or maybe there's device removal required for workshop or manufacturer repair. Service agreements may require temporary hardware replacement. Remember that next time. So, what is preventive maintenance then? It is the high value work. Preventive maintenance prevents failure instead of reacting to it. It's more proactive. These visits should be scheduled, should be non-disruptive, and should be clearly defined by a contract. A few core preventive maintenance tasks are: A. Life cycle based replacement. Some components are consumables. Examples of this are projector lamps, air filters, cooling fans. The best practice is to track usage hours and replace before rated end of life. Adjust schedules based on real-world conditions. Failure during operation is always worse than planned replacement. And a second one is calibration and adjustment. Systems eventually drift. Examples could be audio EQ misadjusted by users, a display color shift, or gain structure being compromised. Your job is to restore original design intent and optimize performance. Third is the physical inspection and alignment. Users tend to move equipment a lot, so inspect mounting integrity, inspect speaker orientation, display alignment, as well as rack ventilation. Small physical shifts cause large performance problems. Remember that. And when it comes to maintenance, remember that it requires measurement, not guesswork. And some of the test equipment that you will encounter in your career are a multimeter. It measures voltage, resistance, and continuity. An oscilloscope, for example. This is for time domain signal analysis. A waveform monitor. This helps you see video signal integrity. A sound level meter. This is for acoustic output measurement. A cable tester. That is for wiring integrity. An impedance meter. This is for speaker and line matching. Signal generators. Those are for controlled test signals. Spectrum analyzers. Those are for frequency domain analysis, often called RTAs. Light meters. Those are for projection and display brightness. DMX testers for lighting and control verification, clamp ammeter, that's for current without circuit breaking, non-contact voltage detector, those are for electrical safety, and of course you want a signal source like a laptop with adapters. This is for configuration and diagnostics. And of course network testers, those are for link status, throughput, errors, etc. So it is important that you use the correct tool for the signal type. Improvised testing creates false conclusions. Always remember that. And it is important to document your maintenance activities. This is not optional. It is how systems remain serviceable over time. Every maintenance record must include the technician ID, who did it. It must include when, the date and the time, and the exact work performed. It should also include whether parts have been replaced or adjusted, the system downtime, end user observations, and required follow-up actions. Low downtime indicates good planning. And of course, you need to update the system documentation. Any system change requires updates to as-built drawings, equipment lists, configuration files, as well as operational procedures. Unmaintained documentation turns future maintenance into forensic work. After preventive maintenance, send a written report to the client and include findings and recommendations. Here is what we covered in this video. We covered the purpose of AV maintenance. We covered warranties versus service agreements. We covered corrective and preventive maintenance workflows, as well as repairs, preparation, and on-site decision making. We covered preventive maintenance tasks that protect uptime, essential AV test equipment, and finally, maintenance documentation and system traceability. That's it. Thanks for watching.